Welcome back everyone to Flaunt's Collectibles and Reviews. Like I said in my last video, I'm going to be going over some Destiny Funko Pops. And I have 4 of them for today. And they are Cayde-6, whose pop number is 234. I also have Lord Shaxx, pop number 235. And I also have 2 Ikora Reys, who are both pop numbers 236. One is a common and the other is a Best Buy exclusive. So as always, let's go ahead and take these pops out of the boxes for that closer look. Now, we are starting off with Cayde-6, who is my favorite Vanguard member, or was until his, untimely... Anyways, back to Cayde-6. Now, the one thing I want to say is that Funko did an amazing job making these figures look like their in-game counterparts. As for Cayde-6's face, it really looks like an EXO. There's a lot of detail, even on the cheeks. You can see there's a lot of lines going throughout his face. There's some blue on the middle, some gray on top. You see his horn on his forehead, and you also see his blue eyes. Now moving on to his hunter cloak, there are some symbols on the right and left side. There's also a symbol on the back of his cloak, and his bottom part of the cloak is also damaged, so it's a bit torn. And moving on to his body, where the detail really shines. There's just an enormous amount of detail, whether it's the boots that have the yellow and brown coloring to him, also the knitting on the sides of his pants. You also see that he has his elbow pads. He even has lines going through his pants instead of just making a solid color. Also, as you can see on his left side, he also is carrying his knife, which is just an amazing detail to put on there. Next up, we have Lord Shaxx, manager of the Crucible. So let's go ahead and bring him up a little bit closer so we can get a closer look at that iconic tie-in helmet of his. As you can see, he has that bit of orange on the left side, along with that broken horn. On his right side, he has that complete horn with a bit of gold onto it. One thing I noticed is that Funko added some more detail onto the back of the helmet when they really didn't need to. They could have just made it solid color, but Funko, being the amazing company that they are, added it to it. Now for his body, as you can see, he has that bit of orange onto the left side of it. You also see his elbow pads that are a bit pointed, the line work on the midsection, but also I noticed that he's carrying his necklace that's in the game. On his shoulders, you also see the brown fur, and I don't know if you can see right here, but he's also carrying his holster for his gun. Now, one thing I noticed that he doesn't have that's in the game is his Titan mark, which is like a red, sort of orange color, which goes through his front and his back. But I guess this allows us to see more detail on the pants, and you can also see the detail that they put on the back, and even more of the fur that's on his shoulders. Lastly, I have the 2 Ikora Reys here. Now I have the common Ikora on the left side and the Best Buy exclusive on the right. Now, one thing I noticed when I took these 2 out of the box is that they actually weigh differently. The common Ikora weighs a little bit lighter, while the Best Buy exclusive weighs a bit heavier, especially around the head area. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the common Ikora first. So let's go ahead and bring her up a little bit closer. As you can see, she has that short hair that she does in the game. Funko also added a bit of makeup to her eyes, which I thought was a really good idea. Now, for her body, just like Cayde-6 and Lord Shaxx, the detail on it is really good. As you can see behind on the back, the line work is really good to make it look like in the game. Her wardrobe is mostly purple, with some symbols on the left and right side. There's also some detail if you look right between. You can see on the kneecap that they added some detail right there as well. I'm not sure what that is on her right side, but also on her gloves it's a bit of a gray, and you can also see that she also has another necklace like Shaxx. And one thing that I was really impressed is that they added the Warlock Bond on her left bicep. And lastly, we have the Best Buy exclusive Ikora Rey. Now, the design is actually the same. The major difference is just the coloring on it. It has like a clear sort of blue coloring to it, sort of grayish. But if you shine some light to it, it gives off like a purple hue. You can see it on the body, especially around the cheek areas. You can see right there. Now, what I'm assuming is that this Ikora is her in her void form. Now, like I said before, that it weighs differently. The head is a bit top heavy, and it's a little bit hard to keep it standing straight up, as you can see as you can see right here. Well, that's going to be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did and you want to see more content like this, the fastest way for me to put out more videos is if you hit that like button and subscribe. And in the meantime, while I'm procrastinating to put out new videos, why don't you guys go ahead and check out my brother's channel at Marvelous Cisco TX. If you like figures such as Marvel Legends, Transformers Siege War, or NECA figures, go ahead and check out his videos. And don't forget to subscribe. Until then, I'll see you guys on the next one.